Most people over 60 stop doing this one simple thing, not because they want to, but because life quietly pushes it out. And the strange part? They don't notice what it's costing them until much later. If you've slowed down in this area or stopped completely, today's video could be one of the most important ones you watch this year. Stay with me. Before we begin, if you value practical, honest advice for life after 60, tap like, subscribe, and comment still moving below. I read everyone. Let's talk about what really happens when you stop walking regularly after 60. Most people don't quit walking on purpose. It happens gradually. You drive instead of stroll. You sit instead of wander. You rest instead of roam. It feels harmless, even deserved. But your body treats walking like a master switch. Turn it off, and several systems start dimming, and the first change surprises almost everyone. Your balance starts shrinking. Quietly. This doesn't happen all at once. There's no big warning sign, no moment where you say, "My balance is gone." It happens in inches. You start choosing the handrail, just in case. You pause before stepping off a curb. You feel unsure on grass, gravel, or uneven paths. You hesitate when turning quickly. Nothing dramatic, but something has changed. And most people don't realize this until they catch themselves thinking, "I don't trust my feet the way I used to." Here's what's really going on. Your balance is controlled by three systems working together: your inner ear, your vision, and the tiny stabilizing muscles in your feet, ankles, and hips. Walking is what keeps these systems talking to each other. Every step sends thousands of signals to your brain: where you are, how fast you're moving, what the ground feels like, how to adjust instantly. When walking becomes less frequent, those signals quieten. Your brain gets fewer updates. Your reflexes slow, your stabilizers weaken, and your body starts choosing caution over confidence. This is why people say, "I don't like crowds anymore. I avoid busy footpaths. I don't enjoy uneven surfaces." It's not fear. It's your nervous system saying, "I'm not as practiced anymore." And here's the part almost no one connects. Balance loss doesn't begin with falling. It begins with avoidance, avoiding steps, avoiding slopes, avoiding unfamiliar ground, avoiding situations where you might feel unsure. That avoidance then accelerates the decline, because balance is not something you keep by protecting it. It's something you keep by using it gently, regularly, and confidently. Your energy drops, even if you're resting more. This is one of the most confusing changes people experience after 60. You do less, you rest more, you sit more often, yet somehow you feel more tired than ever. Not the "I need a nap" tired, but the heavy, flat, unmotivated tired. The kind that makes simple tasks feel bigger than they used to. And many people quietly blame themselves. "I must be getting lazy. I guess this is just aging. I don't have the energy I used to." But here's the truth. Energy is not something you save by resting. Energy is something your body produces through movement. Walking stimulates circulation. It increases oxygen delivery to your muscles and brain. It wakes up your mitochondria, the tiny engines that create energy inside your cells. When walking stops, those systems downshift. Your heart pumps less efficiently, your muscles extract less oxygen, your cells produce less usable energy. So even though you're resting more, your body is actually generating less power. That's why people say, "I wake up tired. I get exhausted doing small things. I sit down and never quite recover." It's not a lack of sleep. It's a lack of daily movement telling your body, "Stay switched on." And here's the part that really surprises people. Low energy leads to less movement. Less movement leads to lower energy. a slow spiral that feels like aging, but is often just deconditioning. The good news? This system reactivates quickly. Even a short walk increases circulation within minutes. Energy improves before fitness does. Mood lifts before strength changes. That first walk often feels hard, but the next few hours feel lighter. Your joints get stiffer, not safer. A lot of people reduce walking after 60 for a very understandable reason. Something starts to hurt. A knee complains. A hip feels tight. An ankle feels unreliable. The lower back gets grumpy. And the natural response is, I should rest it. I shouldn't wear it out. I'd better protect it. That sounds wise. It sounds cautious. It sounds responsible. But in many cases, it quietly makes the problem worse. Because joints are not like car parts that last longer when unused. Joints are living tissues. They depend on movement to stay healthy. Here's what most people are never told. Your joints don't have a strong direct blood supply like muscles do. They get most of their nutrients from movement pressure, like a sponge being gently squeezed and released. When you walk, pressure moves through the joint. Fluid circulates. Nutrients are pushed in. Waste products are pushed out. It's a nourishment cycle. When walking decreases, that nourishment cycle slows down. The joint doesn't feel protected, it feels underfed. Stiffness doesn't always show up as pain at first. It shows up as, I'm slower getting out of chairs. It takes me a while to get going. I feel rusty in the morning. My first few steps are awkward. That rusty feeling is not just age. It's reduced joint motion. Cartilage becomes less resilient. Tendons lose elasticity. Muscles around the joint tighten to compensate. Then movement feels harder, which encourages even less movement. And that's where the trap forms. Less walking, more stiffness, less walking. People often think, if I stop using it, it won't hurt. But for most joints, gentle, regular use is what keeps them usable. Not pushing through pain, not power walking, not forcing distance, just steady, comfortable motion. Movement often reduces joint discomfort after the first few minutes. That's why many people say, the first part is the worst, then it eases. That easing isn't imagination, it's increased joint fluid circulation, warmer tissues, improved nerve signaling, reduced stiffness reflex. In other words, the joint starts behaving more normally again. And there's another hidden benefit. When you walk regularly, the muscles around your joints stay stronger. Those muscles act like shock absorbers. When walking stops, muscles weaken, and the joint takes more load, not less. So trying to save the joint by not walking can actually increase stress on it later. Your brain loses one of its best protections. Most people think walking is mainly for the heart, or the lungs, or weight control. But after 60, one of walking's greatest benefits is for your brain. And it's not a small benefit. It's one of the strongest non-medical protectors of cognitive function we know. Regular walking increases blood flow to memory and decision-making centers. It stimulates growth factors that help brain cells survive and form new connections. It improves glucose regulation, which the brain depends on heavily. And it reduces inflammation, a major contributor to cognitive decline, all from something simple and accessible, walking. You don't need long hikes. Studies repeatedly show cognitive benefits from daily moderate walking, short frequent walks, even split walks, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. Consistency matters more than intensity. When walking becomes infrequent, several quiet changes can begin. Mental processing slows. Word recall becomes harder. Focus drops faster. Mental fatigue increases. People often assume, my brain is just aging. But reduced movement is often part of the cause. Because the brain evolved expecting daily locomotion, movement tells the brain, stay alert, stay adaptive, stay engaged with the environment. Without that signal, the brain conserves resources. Walking is brain stimulation, not just exercise. When you walk, your brain is constantly calculating surface changes, direction shifts, obstacle avoidance, spatial awareness, timing, and rhythm. That's neurological work. It's live processing. It's real-time coordination. It's mental engagement layered on top of physical movement, especially when walking outdoors. New sights, changing terrain, background sounds, light variation, all of that stimulates neural networks. When walking stops, daily brain stimulation drops with it. Life becomes more seated, more visually narrow, more predictable. The brain thrives on gentle novelty, and walking delivers it naturally. Walking also protects mood, which protects memory. There's another indirect pathway. Walking reduces chronic stress hormones. High long-term stress is strongly linked with memory decline. Regular walkers tend to have lower baseline stress, better sleep, more stable mood patterns, and mood stability supports cognitive function. So when walking drops away, mood often dips, and cognitive resilience dips with it. People notice, I feel foggy. I'm not as sharp lately. I don't feel mentally quick. Again, often blamed entirely on age, but frequently influenced by reduced movement. The brain responds fast. When walking returns, unlike some systems that take months, brain circulation and chemical responses improve quickly. Even within weeks of consistent walking, people often report clearer thinking, better mood, better sleep, improved mental energy, stronger focus. Not because they became athletes, but because they became regular movers again. Walking is not just maintenance after 60, it's medicine for the mind.